Hi, this is the review for Chapter 2 for stats. So if you're in geometry, stop watching this video. Come on now. All right, make sure you put your name on it and you can show your answers on the paper. I'm actually gonna work the questions on a separate piece. Also, if you have trouble reading this, it gets a little ugly down here. If you have trouble reading these questions, these are in your book. So this is a review question. I'm going to start on question 2.7a. And again, this is right out of your book. So if you look under Chapter 2 at the very, very end, there's review questions. And these questions are right out of the book. I just copied them on there. So the first question says, use my table A to find the proportion. So I'm looking for the proportion. So that means I want a number between 0 and 1. That's really what I'm looking for. The question also says, make a sketch. So you should make a sketch. And it's talking about just z-scores. So that means if I make a graph of normal distribution with just z-scores, it'll always look like that. We have a question just like this, day 16 in our notes. Now let's do it. Question A states z is less than or equal to negative 2.25. So see the carets going this way, that means we are going to go this way as well. We can think of the number line that direction. And so negative 2.25 would go to the left. And we like that because our table A goes to the left. Okay, so that's a picture of what we're looking for. And we know the value of z here is negative 2.25. And so we're looking for a very small number. And so we grab our table and we know that the label is negative 2.25. So not this side, this side. Okay, negative 2.25, negative 2.25, and that's 0.0122. That's where they meet. 0.0122. 0.0122. That's the proportion. Next question. Review 2.7b states, what would be the proportion greater than or equal to negative 2.25? Well, I could make a picture, or I could kind of use my same picture here. Now for you, I'm going to just make a new picture, but again, that would have been a way to kind of save room. 0, 1. 0, 1, 2, 3, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. And now I want to know the area under the curve greater than. So ultimately here, to look in table A, and again, the same location, this location is negative 2.25. I know that my area under my curve is whatever that is minus 1, because these two have to add up to 1. So my proportion would have to be 1 minus 0.0122. Okay, next question, review question 2.7c. It says z is greater than 1.77. So I'm going to make a picture somewhere here, and we know z is 1.77. So I need to know the area to the left. So I could actually find in my table, if I know z is 1.77, okay, so I know z is 1.77, so 1.7, seven, so I get 0.9616, 0.9616, 0.9616. So I know the proportion that's greater than 1.77 is kind of a small number. The proportion is 1 minus 0.9616. .0384. Last one like this. D. So it says between now I could do this with just my table A. Using my picture, I know the area to the left, we just wrote it up there, was 0.0122 from negative 2.25. I also know the area above 1.77 is 0.0385, excuse me. Okay, so the blue part here is 0.0384. The red part here is 0.1022. And so we can actually find the area between there just taking 1 minus this stuff on the left and then also subtract the stuff on the right. Okay. Now you may have done these 4 questions totally different. You may have used the calculator. So I wanted to show you though, you could use either way and you still are showing your work. So let's say we did these with this calculator. I can go to stats, distribution, normal CDF, and my first question, my lower bound is a really low number, so I leave that in there. My upper number was a z-score negative 2.25, and my mean is 0, and my standard deviation is 1. I hit enter. I get the same answer. Awesome. Now, if you did it in the calculator, you have to write this line on your paper to get full credit. So either you're showing work because you did it by hand, or you're showing work because you're showing me what you typed in the calculator. Now let's double check our answers on the other ones. So the next one would be normal CDF again. Our lower bound on the next question is negative, just looking at my picture, negative 2.25. My upper bound is a really big number, and I leave my answer mu 0, standard deviation 1, hit enter, 0.98, oh, same answer. Awesome. Next one. Lower bound 1.77, upper bound really big number. That's what my picture is looking like. Leave mu and standard deviation as nothing, and I get the same answer. Awesome. Last but not least, this is the one that's easiest to do in the calculator. Okay, so I want between, and based on my picture, I have a lower bound and an upper bound, and I want to know the area in between here. So my lower bound is negative 2.25, my upper bound 1.77, and so mean and standard deviation, enter, 0.94. Oh, that's exactly the same answer. Thanks for joining us. Watch the next video for the next answers.